The six liberations are primarily an abstract religious concept. The six are wearing, hearing, seeing, remembering, touching, and tasting. And they refer very much to the senses, and the liberation that is being referred to here is not just ultimate liberation, Buddhahood, but it's liberation on different levels. Now, it may not seem like this is very art related, but we actually do have examples for a lot of these tantric concepts. Now, the grouping of the liberations into six is pretty much a Nyingma tradition kind of construct, although all of these six liberations can be found in all the different tantras to a lesser or greater extent. So for the idea of the liberation of wearing, this refers mostly to yantras, such as the Samantabhadra yantra, which is printed, often from a block print. It can be done by hand, but printed onto a piece of paper or else onto cloth, folded up, and then worn on the body as a blessing, or placed inside a gao, an amulet box, which is carried on the person. The liberation of hearing, the most famous example of this that we have really is the concept of the Tibetan Book of the Dead, the Bardo Todal, which is a deceased person while they're in a repose before they're removed, then the Bardo Todal text, the 100 Peaceful and Wrathful Deities text, is read to them. Then we also have the white conch shell of Subhuti, which is a former treasure of the Sakya Lakangchemo monastery. It is said that if you hear the sound of this conch shell, which was belonged to the student of Shakyamuni Buddha, calling all the monks to come for teachings, then if you hear this, then you will not be reborn in the three lower realms. The same with seeing. Now, this idea of liberation through seeing, we have, of course, the giant applique scroll work textiles that are unfurled on the sides of monasteries. These are also a liberation through seeing, as is the Karmapa's famous black hat. It's also said for the black hat that if you see it, then you are also freed from any kind of rebirth into the three lower realms. I'm not really clear on how to really locate art when it comes to the remembering part of the liberations. So we'll skip that one. Now, the touching just refers to some kinds of sacred relics and special objects. The tasting liberation, this refers also to the imbibing or eating daily the 5 meats and the 5 nectars, which are created as medicine pills, or sometimes called Buddha medicine, or sometimes called Mendrup. There's many different, or Chimden. There's many different words for this kind of Buddhist tantric medicine. It's not Tibetan medicine. It's not Ayurveda. It's Buddhist tantric medicine described in terms of preparation, described in the tantras themselves, but very specific. Chakra Samvara could be very different from Vajrabhairava or from Vajrakila or other tantras. But the tasting is related to the 5 meats, the 5 nectars, and it's also related to the practice of rasayana, the chulen practice in Tibetan, sort of the tantric form of vitamins and healthful eating. So this is just a very quick introduction to the 6 liberations and how we can relate these abstract kind of concepts to art and to painting, sculpture, etc. So you can always subscribe, you can press the like button, you can share, and then you can also support HAR on Patreon.